In today's fast-paced digital world, semiconductors are at the core of the modern technological revolution. They're the essential components that make up the backbone of everything we rely on, from our smartphones and laptops to our cars, and even the cloud computing systems that power artificial intelligence. But why are semiconductors so important? What makes them indispensable to our daily lives, and why are nations competing fiercely over their production? In this video, we're going to break it all down for you, from what semiconductors are to their critical role in shaping industries, global economies, and even geopolitics. We'll also take a closer look at the current race, particularly India's efforts to emerge as a major player in the semiconductor market. Stick around as we uncover why semiconductors are often referred to as the modern oil, and how they're set to define the future. Semiconductors are materials that can act both as conductors and insulators, depending on the conditions. This ability to control the flow of electrical signals is what makes them so crucial for modern electronics.
The most common semiconductor material is silicon, and it forms the core of microchips and integrated circuits, the essential building blocks for all modern digital devices. These materials enable electrical current to flow through them under specific conditions, which allows devices to process, store, and communicate information.
In simpler terms, semiconductors allow us to control the flow of electricity in devices like smartphones, computers, and even complex systems like airplanes or medical equipment. Their ability to switch between conducting and insulating makes them a powerful tool for creating complex digital systems.
Without semiconductors, none of the advancements in computing, telecommunications, or electronics that we've seen over the past few decades would have been possible. These tiny materials are the invisible drivers of our tech-dependent world.
They're also at the heart of future innovations. From quantum computing to advanced AI, everything that's shaping the future depends on semiconductors and their ability to efficiently manage electrical energy.
But as revolutionary as semiconductors are, they come with their fair share of challenges and disadvantages. One of the biggest is the complexity and environmental impact of their production.
Manufacturing semiconductors requires a highly specialized process, often involving clean rooms, vast amounts of energy, and in particular, water. Factories that produce semiconductors, commonly referred to as fabs, can consume millions of gallons of water each day. Additionally, the chemicals and materials used in the production process can be hazardous, leading to environmental concerns about pollution and waste.
Then, there's the issue of resource scarcity. Semiconductors rely on rare earth materials such as cobalt, palladium, and tungsten, which are mined in only a few parts of the world. These materials are not only rare, but are often extracted in regions with unstable political climates, leading to supply chain vulnerabilities.
These supply chain issues were laid bare during the COVID-19 pandemic, when semiconductor shortages caused delays across multiple industries, from car manufacturing to smartphone production. The concentration of semiconductor production in just a few countries, particularly Taiwan and South Korea, has left the global tech ecosystem vulnerable to disruptions.
In short, while semiconductors have transformed the world, their production comes at a steep environmental and geopolitical cost. The demand for these chips continues to rise, but so do the challenges associated with their manufacture.
The semiconductor industry faces several pressing challenges, and addressing them will be crucial for the continued growth of global economies and technologies. One of the biggest challenges is the over-reliance on a few key countries for semiconductor production, creating bottlenecks and supply chain vulnerabilities.
To address these challenges, many countries are looking at ways to diversify semiconductor manufacturing. The United States, for example, is investing heavily in domestic chip production to reduce its dependence on Asian manufacturers. Meanwhile, countries like India are aiming to enter the semiconductor race, developing local fabs to secure a foothold in this crucial industry.
Another solution involves technological innovation in the recycling and reuse of rare earth minerals. By focusing on sustainability, companies are finding ways to recycle valuable materials from old electronics, reducing the need to mine new resources. There's also growing research into creating alternative materials for semiconductor production, which would help reduce dependency on rare earth minerals entirely.
In addition to these efforts, the industry is also exploring more energy-efficient ways to manufacture semiconductors, using less water and fewer hazardous chemicals. This shift toward greener practices is essential for making the semiconductor industry more sustainable in the long run.
In conclusion, while the semiconductor industry faces numerous challenges, there are promising solutions on the horizon. These efforts could not only address current supply chain issues, but also lead to more environmentally sustainable practices.
India is taking bold steps to establish itself as a global semiconductor hub. With the government's Semicon India initiative, the country is poised to attract significant investment from foreign companies, aiming to build its own domestic semiconductor industry from the ground up.
But why is this such a big deal? Because semiconductors are now seen as the modern oil. They're the lifeblood of the global digital economy. Whoever controls semiconductor production will hold immense power over industries ranging from telecommunications to defense.
India's ambition to become a semiconductor hub is not just about reducing reliance on imports. It's also about creating a technological ecosystem that will drive innovation across sectors like AI, robotics, and smart cities. The country is investing heavily in the infrastructure required to support semiconductor manufacturing, with new fabrication plants and training programs to upskill workers in this highly specialized field.
India also stands to benefit from its strategic location, making it an ideal hub for global semiconductor trade. Its proximity to key markets like China, the Middle East, and Europe gives it a unique advantage in the global supply chain.
By investing in semiconductor production, India is positioning itself as a key player in the global tech landscape. It's an ambitious move, but one that could pay off in a big way in the years to come.
Semiconductors are now as valuable as oil was in the 20th century. They're critical to every sector, from consumer electronics to defense, and their importance will only grow as technology continues to evolve.
Just as oil powered the Industrial Revolution, semiconductors are fueling the digital revolution. Whoever controls their production holds the key to the future of technology.
We're already seeing the geopolitical implications of this. Global powers like the United States, China, and India are all racing to secure their own semiconductor supply chains, and tensions are rising as the competition heats up.
The COVID-19 pandemic highlighted the vulnerabilities in semiconductor production, with supply chain disruptions leading to shortages in everything from cars to gaming consoles. This has only intensified the global race to produce more chips locally.
The stakes are high. Countries that control semiconductor production will not only dominate the tech industry but also hold significant economic and political leverage over others.
In this new era, semiconductors have become the modern oil, and the race to control them is one of the most important global challenges of the 21st century.
As we've explored, semiconductors aren't just pieces of technology, they're the foundation of our digital world and the key to future innovation.
From the devices we use every day to the advanced AI systems of tomorrow, semiconductors power everything that drives our modern lives.
And as countries like India invest in semiconductor technology, the landscape of the tech industry is set to change dramatically.
If you found this deep dive informative, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content on the technology that's shaping our future.
And be sure to share this with anyone who's interested in how semiconductors are transforming the world of technology.
Stay tuned for more deep dives into the innovations that are powering our digital age. Thanks for watching.